Hey gardening friends, it's that time of the year. We just passed the summer solstice and the garden is really coming together. But this is also one of my favorite times of the year because the garden centers start to mark a lot of plants down and put them in clearance. So I thought I'd share with you some of my finds from the past couple of weeks, and we'll be getting some of these things in the garden over the next few days, or maybe it may take me a couple of weeks to get everything into the ground. But let's take a look at what I bought. I was able to pick up a few things from my local Lowe's. There were two plants that I picked up, and one I've actually planted, but now I can't remember where I planted it. Actually, it's over here. This little lovely is a Biden. It's called Timeless Golden Empire Biden, and it's an annual. It was half price, so I think I paid about $4 for it. It grows 8 to 10 inches high, 18 to 24 inches wide. I thought this would bring a nice little pop of color to this bed. The other plant that I picked up from Lowe's was this coreopsis. It's called DWF coreopsis. It's full sun. It was, I think, $3 or $4. And the specs on this one is that it gets 8 to 12 inches high and 8 to 12 inches wide. So it's full sun. And I'll have to find a place for it. I think I'm going to tuck it back here. This is sort of my place where I put everything that I'm not really sure where everything's going to go. And this will be a nice pop of yellow right next to the Blue Horizon ageratum that I started from seed this year, which is doing really well. Since we're here in the back, I'll show you two things that I bought that I'm really excited about. One is this blue spruce. It's from Monrovia, and obviously they need full sun. This is the baby blue eyes spruce, and it does get really big. It gets 30 feet tall by 15 inches wide. Which I know it will take many, many years. I think it only grows about 3 inches a year. So it will take many, many years for it to get to that height. So I'm debating whether to take my chance and plant it and enjoy it for a few years, knowing at some point down the road, maybe not me, maybe the next homeowner will have to maybe possibly remove it. Yeah, it's slow growing, 15 to 30 feet tall, 15 feet wide. The great news about this is that I only paid $75 for this. It was 50% off on clearance. And I love the blue color. And it was what I really wanted in terms of color. It just is going to get a little bit bigger than what I would expect, but again, that's going to take 10, 15, maybe even longer years for it to get to that height. The other one that I'm excited about, I also bought from the same nursery. It was on sale. It's called Stowe Pillar Eastern White Pine. And it grows 25 high by 6 feet wide. I'm okay with the 25 high in height. The 6 feet wide is perfect, and it only grows about 15 inches per year, which is actually pretty good. But that will still take many, many years before it reaches the 25 feet in height. And that's in ideal conditions. And if it does reach 25, that's fine. I'm more concerned about the width. So the width is perfect. I really love this. It does have a blue cast to the needles. And they're actually like variegated. It's really hard to see, but there's a light and a dark, like a dark green, and then there's like the light kind of bluish tint variegation. The needles are very soft, so I'm really excited to have this. I'm just trying to figure out exactly where to place this. This corner, which looks a mess, is for a future state where I would like to put a shed. So that's why I'm not really too concerned about how this looks in this corner. I think this spot right here, I don't think it's going to get enough sun. I just placed it there actually yesterday, and so I want to see how the sun travels across this area. It's I think it's about 12:30 right now in the afternoon, and it's just now starting to get sun, so I want to see how long it will be in the sun. This spot may be okay. Ideally, I think I'd want to push it back just a little bit, but we'll see. So this is just a trial place to see where this will go. And then the blue spruce over here, I really do like this spot for it. Again, I think it will be good for 10 years or so, but at some point, if it survives, it will outgrow its space. So let's go back over here. We can see the other goodies that I was able to pick up. So these were 75% off. And this is the Japanese forest grass. This is Japanese forest grass, areola. And in terms of height and width, it gets, I think, 18 by 18. So these are very close to being their full height. I was able to pick up 3 of those. These are primarily shade. So they're part shade to full shade, I do believe. Yeah, so I need to find a place for that. I don't have a lot of shade. The only shady area I have is over there underneath the apple tree. So that's probably where they're going to end up ultimately. So again, these were 75 off, which I think these were about $7 a piece, which is great. And then last but not least, I think was one of the best buys. Oh my God, these are a quince from Proven Winners. It's called Double Take Orange. I picked up 4 of these. And these bloom in the early spring with big, beautiful flowers. They need full sun, no thorns, and they get about 5 feet high, 5 to 6 feet wide. I was able to pick up 4 of these, and they were on clearance. I only paid $10 for each of these. So these plants normally run about $50 a piece, so I was really excited to be able to get those. So I think ultimately I may use the quince across the back. Not this season. That's really a next season idea, but maybe to build up part of the berm across here, across the back. For this year, I have the mahogany splendor, which is growing nicely, but these are all annuals, so these will only be here for this year. So I think I can bring the quince here and kind of fill out a hedge and create a back hedge of the quince as well. Maybe a mid-range hedge, because I'd want something much taller in the back. But that's where I'm thinking of using those quince hedges. So I will not be planting the quince out this year. I'll just leave the mahogany splendor and allow these to grow. They're doing pretty well. These will get probably close to 6 feet tall before the end of the growing season. But once we get to the fall, then I'll plant the quince. So those are my exciting buys from clearance. So don't forget about that. I mean, your garden is probably full, but there's always lots of plants at your garden center ready for clearance. So don't forget that when you go to your You go shopping, look at the clearance area, and you can usually pick up some really good buys. Happy gardening.